Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the TikTok Transition Workshop. If you haven't seen the intro video for this series, please go back into the beginning of the playlist and watch from the top. Today, we're going to be talking about live streaming. Live streaming has been the bread and butter of TikTok for a while. To the chagrin of many users, it can be a little overdone, all things considered. But TikTok, as an algorithm, has persisted, and I want to talk briefly about TikTok, about YouTube Lives and the changes that you're having. I'm going to be talking primarily today about people who are using the YouTube, who are coming from TikTok and who were doing both visual live streams with people. You guys are probably going to have the roughest time, but I'll talk you through it just because of the changes, because they're going to be a little different. And as far as the people who live streamed games from their phones, things are a little bit better, and we'll go over it. The people who were just using TikTok Studio and doing it, you can just say download OBS. For the folks that were doing using streaming from their desktop to TikTok Live Studio, I'm just going to tell you straight up, just for simplicity's sake, go spend the $19 on Streamlabs. Go get that, set that up, watch a Streamlabs tutorial online. Honestly, if you were already doing desktop streaming with Live Studio already, you were probably also multi-streaming to Twitch at the same time, and you have an OBS setup. So I'm not necessarily worried about you. I'm more worried about the mobile users here. If you guys want, if people want an actual like OBS streaming setup tutorial like that, I'm happy to do that in the future. But right now, we're just trying to get people off-boarded from TikTok to YouTube. So let's get started. So in the last video, video, I showed you guys briefly a kind of a rundown of the YouTube app. I showed you guys the live stream section. This is the live stream section. So here's a couple of things to know. When you first open it up, you're going to see a bunch of things, and I want to go over these kind of in depth a little bit. In the previous video, all you needed to really do in the meantime was just upload your backlog to the content and find a video editing app that you prefer to use and just use that to make your content. Here, you want to use the direct video app in general, because I know that you guys, people watching this who are using the phone primarily, either don't have access to an OBS setup or don't know how to use it. So I want to, like I said, get you started here. We have exit out of the stream. Here is your this little calendar button up here. This is for allowing you to schedule streams ahead of time. And when you're ready to stream them, you can click this button and pick them. Your typical change the orientation. Of course, it's black because this is face down. The next thing I want to notice is that, yes, you can hit next. You hit your COPPA compliant thing. We talked about that in the last video. You're just going to keep it default to no, and then click next. And with that, you're live. Your stream is scheduled at the time you have, and you can hit it whenever you want. You can also go up here, click your thumbnail, take a picture of a thumbnail. I will take a picture like this. And voila, and from HIMedia is live. There's a share button that allows you to share it. And you just click the go button live and you go live. As you guys can see, if we pull up the live studio, you can see the YouTube live stream on desktop. Normally, if you don't have your upload defaults set up here, which is done in the YouTube app, in the YouTube desktop, so like every time you upload a video, it defaults to this, except for shorts. Shorts don't necessarily do that. This gets your thing ready. But Evan, there's a bunch of settings down here that we haven't even touched. Well, it's easy to go live simply. You have your live streaming dashboard and all that, your stream settings, things of that nature. But what if you want to schedule it for the future? What if you want to stream an actual game like Master Duel or Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links or Subway Surfers? Well, one of the things that you're going to want to do is we're going to go back, right? We're going to go back, and we're going to click this little edit button that's right there, and we have a bunch of options available to us. Little blurry here. I apologize for the how it looks, but we have the visibility. By making this public, this will make it so anybody just randomly browsing the recommended page, people who have watched your views before, they'll see that it's coming up, whether or not you are actually set live right now. Unlisted means, yeah, it's pushed to everybody, it's public, but it will, I want to be clear that there are 3 levels of visibility on YouTube. On TikTok, there is private, friends, public. In YouTube, there is private, public, and in between those two, there's unlisted, where if anybody has the link, they can just watch it. There is no friends. There is no friending system. That was kind of thrown out the gate with Google Plus way back when, for those who remember that. Here's your audience board. We talked about this earlier. Go live together. This is how you get your dueling lives. This allows you to, by hitting this button, this will generate a link that you will then send to somebody else that will allow them to join your live in the YouTube app, and will allow you to have someone on top and someone on bottom. Very much a clunky way of doing things. Not fantastic, but I digress. Here's your description. This is your description of your live stream. This is where you put all your other social media. This is where you put things like your dono link, like I have here, HIMedia.gg/donate, hint, hint, as well as anything else you might need to tell people about the live stream that you're doing. Your location. I think it's always good to have a single location. It's always, in my opinion, maybe not the exact location you live, but if you want to put the city that you live in, or the state that you live in, or whatever, that feeds into the YouTube algorithm. And God knows that there's more people in my hometown of Wilmington that know who I am, because I always had the Wilmington as the location for most of my videos. It also allows people who are in that location a lot, for it to more likely show up in their pages. So if you do a video series like mine, like the Uncensored Library, where people have access to YouTube, but not necessarily the Uncensored Library itself, which is journalism thing, it allows people to see things that they wouldn't otherwise have had access to. It's a pretty cool feature, but it negligibly affects the algorithm, but it does effective enough to be worth it. You have your schedule for later. This will allow you to pick a time and date in the future that you would then use to schedule your live stream. And then we have advanced settings. Here you have allow chat. Sometimes you want to just stream and do some shit and you don't want to fucking look at chat. People won't be able to chat, and you just are broadcasting for funsies. You have allow reactions. This is your 100%. This is your likes. The monetization. We're gonna have a whole YouTube video on monetization. But just note that unless you have a certain amount of viewers and a certain amount of watch hours, and what the difference between those two are, this isn't a thing. And so we're going to talk about alternatives for monetization for small creators too. And then you have your orientation. This is critical. By default, it comes in vertical. You can change it to horizontal, so you are streaming in landscape mode. But there are benefits to streaming in vertical that I will go over. So those are your live streams settings. Here we can go back, exit, or not exit, and then we just click next, and then we just click go live, and we can quit, and we can just why is it being this way? Oh, it's being a pain in the ass. Why did it do that? But it hates me, and I don't know why I do it, but I had to go. I didn't put it back to vertical because I'm stupid. Yep, and so you see we're going live. So the thing you got to remember about going live here is that here we have a few different options. Here's your chat. You can sort by top, live, none. For reference, here is the dashboard. When you are live streaming directly, you have this on screen. This is your graph of your analytics. You can have concurrent viewers, meaning like how many people were concurrently watching you. Chat rate, meaning how many people are being active in said chat. As well as views. And this line will steadily go up. The more people watch, you want to have this be as much of a infinite incline as you can. But to bring it back down here, a couple options. You have your top chat, you have your live chat, and you have none. You can turn off your chat as you see fit. You might see a little bit of a plus down here. This will allow you to start a poll. Polls are good ways to interact with your community and are perfectly well and good. You might be seeing a ready lack of things like GIFs and effects and templates and things of that nature. Very bare bones. You have some filters here that will make the live stream look a little bit different, but by and large, it's not really much for you to work with. You have the ability to turn your mic off in a pinch, which is important. And you have the ability to hit this little button here. This is a clip. It is a highlighter. What this will do is if we say pull up our little content thing here, after the live stream's over, within our videos, there will be a highlight video that we can then click, download, edit, and do whatever we want with. Usually the highlight videos save about 5 minutes of a live stream. Lastly, up here you can see the number of viewers and your likes. Unlike TikTok, where the number of likes and engagement seems nebulous, chat rate seems to matter on some level, likes seem to matter on some level, likes seem to matter on some level. The one thing that matters genuine more to pump your live streams into the algorithm more than anything else is the like button. You want people to like your lives. Likes matter more for live streams than they do for normal videos. It is a sad truth to be had, but it is reality, unfortunately. Here, with these 3 dots, you can have the share. This will allow you to share to whatever platform you may want. You can also create a post. We're going to talk about text posts and stuff like that in a moment. But by and large, that is how you as a vertical watcher go. You are the days of NPC streams are probably behind you for the time being. It's very difficult. You don't get monetization straight out of the gate, and it's a fairly bare bones thing. But it's verbose, and TikTok and these vertical live streams matter for getting to monetization, which will be a video we'll be making in the series later down the line. Let's end this live stream and take a look at casting a game and see how that works. So we're back at the live creation screen. The difference here is that we're going to hit screencast, which you can denote by this little heart with on the thing with some Joy-Cons or whatever from the NES. This is your game. We're going to add a game title. So we're going to pick Subway Surfers, because it's a game I have on my phone. And then we're going to click next. Then we're going to click next again. And then a few tips. You're about to enter a screen broadcast mode. Remember, anything on your screen, notifications, calls, passwords, will be live streamed. The mic captures game audio from the speaker, so turn on the sound. Nearby sounds may also be recorded, so that's something you want to bear in mind. It does not capture the audio directly from the device. You have to turn the sound on for audio from the game to be captured. Got it. And then we're going to start screen recording now. As you can see up here, we have this little circle, which is the titular MacGuffin that allows people to see our face while we're playing the game. Subway Surfer, Subway Surfer, Subway Surfer. And then we open the app. Now we also get this little bar. We have chat here at the bottom this is off by default. That will allow us to turn it on. We can turn our video off, turn our mic off, click change the size of the actual camera. It can be very small or about that large. And we're not live yet. It gives us a chance to get into the actual game, and then we can click go live. It says we're going live. Our stream has started, and as you can see, we are here, and the game is starting. Lickety split. Very simple. Now, no audio is being picked up from this stream because I have my sound turned all the way off. So the people watching on YouTube are not getting any sound, which is unfortunate. But this is, if you are playing things like Go, Master Duel, Duel Links, things of that nature, this will be how you do it. The stream does not go live until you are ready and in the app that you want to go. And you are A-okay in that regard. Now, if you say close out of the app, you're still live. So you want to be, so before you start showing people, your calendar and all the things on your homepage, that's something you're going to want to bear in mind. You're also going to want to bear in mind that you have a certain amount of screen real estate. If you're playing a game that requires people to see as much as humanly possible, you're going to need to be mindful of the size of your camera, which is why they have these settings for a reason. You also have a little pause button here. This allows you to pause your stream if you are wanting to go into another app, look at something real quick, you can come back, hit the unpause button, you're live again. And that's how screencasting works for streaming games on YouTube. We're going to end this live real quick. Click OK. Live ends. Voila. So, live streaming in vertical. There's a couple more things I want to note now that the practical bit is over. When you live stream in horizontal format, this is a format that does well for longer form streams. The rule of thumb, in the way the logic works with this, is very similar to how it worked in TikTok. You get an explosive insurgence of fresh viewers, and then they taper off. Meanwhile, with the horizontal ones, you have to be streaming for at least an hour or two before the algorithm starts picking your stuff up. Longer streams are considered more valuable. Streams with more likes are considered more valuable. Vertical, it's a little bit different. It's more algorithmic. If you were doing a stream during a lunch break or you're doing like a quick 45-minute stream, vertical streams are going to benefit you. If you're playing a game, you're going to be even better because then people aren't just looking at some fuckhead like me talking into a mic for 20 minutes. I shit you not. That's what I do on some of these vertical live streams. They're fun. Vertical live. So final notes. If you do prefer using OBS and things of that nature, you have the ability to hit the live section, click schedule stream. Let's create a new one. We'll just call it Twest. I want to schedule this. You can change the category. You have a little bit more in depth. You can change your thumbnail here. You can add it to playlists, your audience. You can also add tags, which you weren't necessarily able to do with the other one. You can change your comments and how people are moderated. You can also show how many viewers like the stream. By clicking next, we see, hey, you get the live reactions. These are your hearts. These are your 100%. These are your bashful faces that people send to you. These help with the interaction, boosting your live stream. You can also set up slow mode. And here's the interesting bit. You can add things like redirects. When your stream ends, you can have this go to another live stream or another premiere. Premieres are something that that wasn't really touched on in the video. There's a lot of things with YouTube that you know, there's a lot of things that aren't going to be necessarily touched on here. This is just a slapdash way to sort of like get you guys transitioned over. There's more things to be learned. The other thing that you could do here is add a trailer. Trailers are the ability for you to like put in a short or a small video that is, I think, 15 seconds to 3 minutes in length that people can watch as a trailer for your things. I had a trailer for my subathon. That was recently a success. So the more you know. So we have visibility. This is where you schedule it to time and date, and again, private, unlisted, or public. I understand that this is a difficult transition, and I appreciate you using me to help you educate here. Uh, there are a lot less tools available at your disposal. Monetization isn't available out the gate, and things are a little rougher in that respect. But YouTube is a valuable platform, especially in the wake of TikTok, being a lot less stable and things being a lot rougher in that regard. It's going to be okay. We'll get you through it. The next video we are going to be talking about text posts. This one will probably be very short, and it's going to encompass a couple more platforms, just as a way to keep things verbose. See you guys in a bit.